Masahir Baba Batra Daf Sadi Amud Aleph, 15 lines down by two dots. Amar Shmuel, and Musifin Alamidot Yoter Mishtut, a person should not add to the measurements of the town by more than a sixth. Don't increase it. Don't increase the value of the coins by more than a sixth. And someone who profits by buying and selling things, don't sell more than a sixth as well. Don't make too much money. This is referring to staples of life. This is not referring to your business per se. This is referring to things that people use every single day. Don't overcharge. That is considered a type of rebate. I don't think that what you did during COVID PPE was asur. Maybe it was. A town should not increase the measurements by more than a six. My time why you might think because maybe it'll cause inflation when everybody tries increasing the measurements, then the items will increase in price. Then even the six itself should not be do it. Maybe you might think because it's price fraud, and then if that's the case, it should not be the sale should not be voided if that's the case. The says any type of thing that's sold by measure, weight, or an amount. I feel even if it's less than the price for amount, a sixth, it's returnable. You can cancel the sale. So what would be the hidush over here? If you can't raise it, obviously you can't raise it because they just void the sale. Gemara says, the reason is we don't want to suffer a loss for the guy who's selling it. The guy's gonna buy X amount of stuff from China, brings it in, tries to make his sixth, but then the price has already went up by his sixth, and he did all that work for nothing. So you're gonna suffer a loss. The Gemara says, wait, so the Gemara says, wait, we feel bad for this guy. So wait, you're only worried from the fact that he's not gonna make money? But it's considered a loss for him. If he did all that work for 3 months, bringing the product in, and then all of a sudden he's clearing even, that's kind of a loss. A person doesn't buy and sell stuff just to be called a merchant, the Gemara says. The Gemara says, okay, Shmuel found the pasuk, and he explained it. Pasuk says, the shekel is 20 gera. 20 shekalim, 20 shekalim, 25 shekalim, 10 and 5 shekels, which is a total of 60. That will be the maneh to you. That's how much person has to pay. Now the Gemara says, does a maneh cost 240 dinars, 60 shekels? But we know that a maneh is really 100 dinars, which is 25 shekalim. The Gemara says, we learn in this pasuk 3 following things. First of all, the maneh of Bet Midrash was doubled in the regular amount. When you can add to measurement of coins, but you should not add more than a sixth. And also we learn from here that the sixth is added from the outside, quote unquote, and not from the inside. So meaning you're adding from a sixth, it doesn't mean from the amount that you're changing it to that you divided by six, but rather from the original amount, not by the new amount you divide by six. Okay. He established in his town that the measurement with of 9 lugim. They told him, don't increase it by a sixth. And that was more than a third because you went from six lugim to 9. The Gemara says, we answered them back, I didn't add to the old one, I just made a new one. Instead of going by meters, we're going by yards, not our feet, like every normal person does. I changed the type of measurements we're using. I didn't add to it. The Gemara says, he sent this measurement to Pumdita, they didn't like it. They sent to Papunya, and they did accept it. The Karole Rus Papa, and they called it Papa's measurement. Again, Siman, which means we're mentioning the following cases. Otare Perot, this is the first one. Otare Perot, people who hoard fruits and produce. They will cause shortages by hoarding. People in interest. Also, big no-no. People who reduce the efam measurements, meaning they don't give enough, they lower the amount that they give for the korban, rather for what they sell to people, they're cheating people. These people, the pasuk says, "Lemor vataya avora chodesh v'nashvira shecher v'shabbat v'nifteha bor bar latin efav ladil shekel la'amat ma'oznei mirma." The pasuk also says, what does this mean? Australia Perot was considered a hoarding produce. كيكون معنا كوع ماري يحنان كيكون شابتاي أو سير Perot like شابتاي the guy who used to hoard fruit purposely to raise the prices. He used to manipulate the markets. So basically the pasuk would bash people who do this. They had this special guy in mind, Shabtai, who was known to be market manipulator by hoarding product. Avoid the Shmuel must have been the better. Shmuel's father would sell his fruits, but early in the morning, early in the season, early market price, he wouldn't wait for the price to go up. Shmuel Brei, his son Shmuel, Mashed the Pere he would hold some of the fruits and sell it the late market, but still in the early market price. He would hold the fruits, but sell it later at the early price. So seemingly very nice. However, learned, however, from Eretz Yisrael, the father's deeds are better than the son. Why? Once the market price is going down, it stays down. Therefore, he could have set the temple from the beginning, but he didn't. Shmuel held it. Therefore, the father who sold it early was better than Shmuel, even though Shmuel sold at the cheap price later on. Mara Abraham says, a person can make his own portion into a hoard, meaning a person can stockpile whatever he wants from his own fields before having to giving it out. And Akhbar says as well, and a person should not hoard things that people need for life. This is wine, oils, and flowers. But spices, for example, mutar is mutar. But when doesn't apply, they look at when you're buying from the marketplace. But if you want to hoard your own product, you can. A person also can hoard enough fruits for Eretz Israel for 3 years. Why specifically Eretz Israel? Why specifically Eretz Israel? Why specifically Eretz Israel? Why specifically 3 years? Because Eresh Shvit, the year before Shemitah, Shvit, the year of Shemitah, and Motzei Shvit, the year after Shemitah, you need stuff to last you. And therefore you go hoard it for 3 years. In case of famine, Afilu Kav Harubin Lo Yasor, a person should not hoard even a measurement of carobs because people need it. Because he'll wreak chaos on the markets. Told his shamosh fuga. Puk asarli peresh loshanim, go get me produce for 3 years. Eresh shvi'it, because we have the 3 years pre, current, and post shemitah. Temran. Person should not remove fruits out of Eretz Israel. Things that are needed for life. Like wine, oil, and flour. Rabbi says, you could export wine because wine brings people to do bad stuff. So it's fine. It's like you should not take out from Eretz Israel the Chutzaretz. And also extract to Syria, because Syria was the David Melech's conquest for Eretz Israel. Not necessarily everybody agreed that it was part of Eretz Israel, including the Ramsara. But Rabbi says mutar meher to bring from one border of Eretz Israel to the border city of Syria, because it's not considered going to do anything in regarding to market prices. A person should not trade in Eretz Israel things that are staples. Don't make a market out of them. Keep going, like wine, oil, and flowers. And this rabbi used to do wine and oil, but the reason why wine was that it's good to raise prices in wine, because we don't want people to get too much wine. And oil, why was it allowed? But there's a lot of oil there, and therefore there's no reason that it would affect the local market price of oil. And a person should not deal twice with eggs. What does that mean? It means that you should not market from 1 to 2 the price. Don't sell double price. Don't sell to 2 merchants. If someone sold you the eggs, you should not sell to another merchant. You have to sell directly to the consumer. Then you're just keep on marking up the price. You can cry out in tefillah on the prices of merchandise that dropped. That's a sign of bad market. Stock market drops, you can cry out. I feel Shabbat even on Shabbat. I'm not being posek on that. Don't clip this applies to merchandise, only like linen pricing in Babel, beyond Bishem, Eretz Israel, wine oil, Eretz Israel. Rabbi said, that only applies when the price has dropped from 10 to 6, yani a 60%, a 40% drop or more. And it's in Eretz Israel, the person should not leave Eretz Israel to go to Chutzlaretz. Unless it's so expensive to buy food that 2 sa'ah a week costs a lot of money. When you can't buy it. But you can buy it. Even if it's super, super expensive, you shouldn't leave. Also, used to say, Elimelech Mahlon v'Klion, Elimelech and his sons Mahlon and Kilion who left Eretz Israel. One was famine, and they moved to Moab. They died. They were great men of the generation, and they used to take care of them. And why were they punished? Because he left. Says, when Naomi, the wife of Elimelech, and her daughter-in-law Ruth came back to Bethlehem, the entire city started going crazy. They said, Hazog Naomi, is this Naomi? My hadol means what I mean. Rabbi Yitzchak Amru, they said, Hazitem Naomi did you see what happened to Naomi? That she left Eretz Israel, she lost her husband and her two sons. Look what happened to her. Rabbi Yitzchak, the day that Ruth arrived to Eretz Israel, Meta Ishta Boaz. Boaz's wife passed away. And Boaz ended up marrying Ruth. So what does that mean? I know that mentions people say before the person dies, the replacement's already there. That's a nice way of saying, well, I don't know, nice. That's the way of saying that when Hashem does something to people, the antidote's already set up. Ibtzan Boaz. When it says Ibtzan in the Sefer of Shoftim, it's referring to Boaz. My Kamashon was a Hidush. To teach you the following. Boaz made 120 parties for his 60 kids. He had 30 daughters and 30 sons. And 30 daughters who he brought. 30 wives he brought for his sons. He also judged Bnei Israel for 7 years. Every one of his children made two parties. One of his family and one of the in-laws family. But he never invited Manoach, who was the future father of Shimshon, because Manoach didn't have kids at the time. Because he said, Amar, he said to himself, this guy won't be able to pay me back as he doesn't have kids. Meaning he was trying to look out for him. He's like, this guy is not going to be able to host me for his son's party, so he's going to feel bad if I host him. So he felt bad for him, so he didn't invite him. Tana, the Batra says, however, all his Ibtzan / Boaz's children died in his lifetime. Behind the Rinchi, that's people say, you had 60 kids before, what does it make a difference? They all died. Go have one more of the Mishtirin Zariz will be more accomplished than all 60, and that's what happened. He married Ruth, had Oved, who was the grandfather of David HaMelech. So we see, just stepping back, Boaz seemingly was trying to look out for Manoach by not inviting him to the parties. They didn't want him to make him feel bad, but the fact that he wasn't invited made him feel worse, right? People try to look ways not to make people feel bad, and they end up making him feel worse. He has to be careful. Siman Malach Avraham 10 shanim b'shnitav nitnaseh levado. It's the next siman. All these people, Kulam Benin Ashon Nadav, all the children of Ashon Nadav, big chidush. Mike Mashin was chidush. Even all the people who have the merit, they have zechiyot of their father, like Elimelech, father of the son of Ashon Nadav. It won't be able to protect them if they leave Eretz Israel. Very scary. The father of the mother of Abraham Avinu, Atmalai bat Carnival, her name was Atmalai, the daughter of Carnival. Use that as a trivia question. And Medarahan, the mother of Abraham, Atmalai bat Urveti. But see, how you remember which one is Temet, Tahor, because the word Amatlai sounds like the raven, which is the Tameh animal, just like Haman. And Carnivore sounds like Karim, which is a kosher sheep, and that's kosher, so too the kosher Abraham. The name of David's mother was Nitzebet. Mother Shimshon's name was Silponiot. And the Shimshon's sister was Nachshan. Man of Kamia, what we need all these Hadushim, the Shuvat Haminim, to show people who deny the Torah that we have the information. It's not, we don't just show the information that you need. Avram Avinu was in jail for 10 years. 3 years in Kuta and 7 years in Kardo, which is now known as Kurdistan. The Ravdimi is the opposite, 7 and 3. Ivra, the Kuta, the area of Ivra is Ira Kuta. Ur Qasim is referring to Ur Qasim, where he was saved from the burning fire. Amen.